Oh, sorry. I was going to move the camera thing over. It doesn't. I'll at least turn it on. Right? This is me. Get real. This is danger. There's a narcissistic neighbor. And me and I was like danger level 10. Danger level 5. Danger level 3. I had code red. Like, not code. Like, danger red. Danger orange. Danger yellow. Danger blue. And I don't use the colors. I use numbers. And when we see these people, we run. Cockroaches in the daylight. Ugh, this is a danger video. Alright, so Friday. Today's Sunday. 10, 20, 8, 18. Today's Sunday. And some kid, I call it kid, some younger guy asked me to hang out today at his apartment. Like, what the heck? I was like, oh, I don't know, after this time, and this and this and this. And my mind woke up this morning like, last night and this morning, do everything you can to get away from the guy I met on Friday. Alright, now here's the skinny on that. When I left abusive people in the past, I don't know what's wrong with this banana yet. Throw this away. I know what's wrong, I think. No. No, I bought a banana. Smushed. 1994, I had two parents. One, they both lived at home, but one went out of town all the time to work, so they may be gone for weeks. I had these people, I had the sense that it wasn't right. And the whole senior year, when you're supposed to be enjoying your friends, I was in sports. That was the first time I didn't do year-round 3 sports a year. The volleyball coach was a racist. That's what else is there in wintertime for girls? I think that's the only sport. Fall, you had tennis, or I wish they had like wintertime cross country. I loved running trails. So I had left. So senior year, you should spend your day, your year enjoying the last year, especially if you're going off to college in your hometown and people you went to kindergarten with and having fun, and keeping up the momentum. It's just because you got like accepted to college that you don't want to fail all your classes, right? So I had left with knowing that this is the family, this is my mother who beat me every day and stuff. Spent the whole year telling me, I can't wait to leave, I can't wait till you're out of here, I'm so tired of you. After having heard for years her telling me how much she hated me and that she was going to kill me. And so I'm like, what? I just got a message from somebody that I haven't heard from in a long time. It was one of those like, I'm gonna respond every 2 weeks or more. Or I don't know, there's two guys with the same name, so I don't know who that is, no picture. I said I was gonna wash my hair in an hour, so I'm gonna set a timer. I was gonna make some raw food stuff in the dehydrator. I'm gonna take a shower. Well, I wasn't gonna wash my hair. I wasn't gonna wash my hair. It doesn't let you, when you do this, it doesn't let you do like 1 hour. It starts at 59. We really need 60 minutes exactly. So I could only do 59, 59, really. 59, 59. First year of college, when everybody's like, made it through that, survived, or not, went back to their hometowns, got summer jobs. A lot of people went back and forth. I couldn't stand it, so I wasn't even going on holidays at home anymore. And I saw this huge double standard about how much they loved my brother and how much they treated me like crap. And I couldn't rest on the holidays after college. Like, my brother, like, failed out and got in an accident and all this stuff. And he'd come home and they'd pamper him and he'd party and go out with his friends and call from the bar. Like, he'd be in town, but he'd spend, like, hours getting to the house, and they just couldn't wait to see their little boy. But when I came home, they're like, you gotta do chores, you gotta do this, get the dishes out, blah, 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 hand wash the crystal, blah, blah, blah. When my brother left Thanksgiving, Christmas, all this turkey, mashed potatoes, bread, he had his own house and kitchen. They'd give him out this to-go bag, my mom would. And when I left, they gave me nothing. Not even a half a raggedy, moldy turkey sandwich. I got nothing. I'm in a dorm. I think I had a microwave. I had no money for food. And the dorms, when you're there on holidays and stuff, you're not. There's no cafeteria open because everybody's gone. So I've spent some time in cafeterias, in dorms during the holidays where it was vacant. There's no people inside, no employees. I was in my dorm, and I think they locked the doors, so I couldn't leave the building. Sometimes, like a week, I'm stuck inside because if you go out, you're going to get locked out, right? Oh my God. Sat in this room with the TV. How depressing is that? Like, I think that's where subconsciously my holidays are really depressing, because there's just complete isolation. So you can't even go out for a stroll on Thanksgiving and look at the sun or the moon and the leaves on the trees finish falling, and can't go to a movie. Like, you can't go unless you like try to prop the door, but there's no guarantee it'll be propped when you get back. I don't know, but I don't. I remember I remember that those doors lock and they don't open for how many days or weeks. I left. I left my house in West Virginia and came to Michigan and lived with my relative, who I believe is very abusive and narcissistic, mentally try to control everybody, and bribe people and be cunning and sly and try to be powerful, but it's only the power you give them. When I was trying to, just like with my ex-husband, so then we left there and come here. I said, I don't care. I will freaking hitchhike with 2 babies. I need out ski now. And what happened was, like, how do I say this? We came out here, and then 2 years later, I left. And then I kept in contact with my relatives at a distance. So I'm like, they were thinking, why did you come back? I was like, oh, you're trying to entice me. Like, I've never even seen you in like 25 years. Like, and all the relatives I've never talked to me for 25 years, even if I'm in the same room with them. So I got this thinking of applying for Cancer Research Centers of America, because they take naturopaths and usually do preceptor. My friend did preceptor there. I was thinking of applying to work there or something. I don't know if you needed the cancer certification for naturopaths, but there was one in Indiana, I think, and there was one in Pennsylvania. And I was like, maybe I could move my kids, like apply for a medical job and be a day's drive away from everybody, or half a day's drive. And I had no reason. I didn't want to be around these people. I didn't like these people. And it wasn't until 2016 when I became liberated and realized how bad it was and how it was ruining my life and how it was destroying my career and my family. And I look around at everything is so chaotic and everything is so overwhelming, and everything I do, it's like you're in survival mode. Like, oh my God, you got to do this. You got. And it's just like freaking sleep in my clothes. Left all this stuff undone last night. I gotta see if somebody bought something. I don't think they did. I got a notification. Let's see if anyone bought anything. No, watch reminders. And I gotta be careful. I don't check my store, and you gotta be careful being prompted by emails. They may not come, or they may go in spam. I had a woman tell me on Friday that somebody sounded like they had microaggression and asked me if I really want to go out with this guy who was ignoring me and bothering me. And there's another guy I was supposed to go out with the Friday before, and he had so many strikes. He had but like I said, I was reading a book and they were talking about bowling. I ended up, he ended up wanting to hook up, and I was just like, dude, that's not my style. That's all I said, and then it pretty much, the phone went dead, and we were actually supposed to, he was actually supposed to be on his way out to my side of town. And what are these guys thinking? If I wasn't for a hookup, are they going to come into my house where my kids are with the thin walls and this tiny place where everyone's awake, someone's awake 24 hours a day? I'm just saying, guys, I'm just saying. I need somebody who's either it's super casual friendship, chill. What do you want to do? Oh, I want to go to something stupid, the children's museum, to act like a child and run around, and make a mess with the little things, the water that goes through. The kids with these little aprons on. Something like, I'm just saying it, like something weird, spontaneous, or like, oh, you want to go chill at my house and watch a movie. Like, I don't want to have somebody predetermined how they're gonna do this or do this or do this. Like, forget about that Friday guy. I was just like, God, it would have been nice to at least go out. And then this Friday, I said to this lady, I'm willing to go out with somebody before I die on this website, or at least meet up with somebody in person. And this person is just standard looking. There's nothing that stands out. And I'm trying to get this. It makes your phone keep vibrating until you click on it. Which I hate it. Some people, I was like, read report sent. What? Oh my God, is it from an iPhone? Somebody's iPhone? It's like some stranger. They don't need to read report that I looked at their message. I'm just looking at it to keep my phone from vibrating. I told this guy at work Thursday that I need, and he kind of was like that too. You need to see for yourself in person what these people are like, because it's really vague. But there are little, how do you say it? There are little, like, clues, red flags. So some of it, now that I've gone through the entire freaking city metropolitan area, and it's repeating the same dudes over and over that I already passed on, there's things that red flag me early on. But early on, for some reason, I looked at somebody's words and believed it and said like, and then it got kind of sticky, nasty, fast, pervy, and like not pervy, cute, like nasty, like sex offender status in a way. And I was like, don't always just see their words are, they could have stole that. Like, people go to businesses to get professional help with these things, right? So you don't know, where these words are coming from. For the most part, I would be thinking that someone's like me. That's not. I had like black stuff on my neck, by the way. We all freaked out. Honestly, I didn't have makeup on yesterday, but who knows? I didn't also take a shower yesterday, I don't think. Look how I'm like super nervous. I don't chew my nails, but I'm like super nervous right now. what the heck is that? And it's like, sorry. It's like, I'm like, alright, so, if someone just had all alcohol on their, Dave. I don't know if they're looking for Dave or if they are Dave, but this guy needs to get it straight because it looks like something important. Sometimes I hope like that I could meet somebody from a wrong text message. I had like this half a day conversation with someone. I dialed a number wrong, and there was just like this banter back and forth for like half the day. I was just like, what the heck? Like, I was kind of like, who is this guy? Is he cute? I was like, is he over 18? I was like, it was so weird. 341. Let me see. Someone just tried to call. Yeah, it's the same guy. I don't even know my number of that phone. I had this crush on this guy, and I felt through prayer meditation that it was the right person to crush out on. And this was 2 years ago. I was doubting everything. And it was basically kind of acquaintances, maybe a little friendly, just finding out about our personal lives and family and stuff. And likes and dislikes, kind of, and stresses and pets and stuff like that. And I was like, kept doubting because nothing was happening. And I went mall walking. And during mall walking, I had felt like I was like praying silently. I felt like a still small voice in my heart. This is the right thing. Okay, so it was pouring down raining. It was like cats and dogs. It was crazy. It was dark. It was crazy. People are coming in, spending a lot of time. I mean, it was still early. It might not have been open. People mall walk as soon as they unlock the doors. I'm not a regular mall walker, but people are like airing out their stuff, shaking out their umbrellas, drying off their feet on the mat. It was just like crazy rain, like, oh my god, like torrential downpour. And I sit there and I think in my heart that I'm gonna wait to see if this person contacts me. I'm gonna wait and sorry. I'm I say like I don't usually do the whole mall. I have this little like curvy that I did. It's kind of lazy, out of shape. It was whatever. Do 2 more laps and then go home, or go do whatever you're gonna do. And so I did, and this still small voice is like, just as sure as the rains will be stopped when you leave, that this crush is right. This is what you need right now. And it's still like darkish, there's not really any windows anyway. I do my laps, I go to the door, I walk outside. I don't know if the sun was peeking through the clouds, but it was like completely not raining, not drizzling, nothing. The clouds were moving away. And I don't expect that on a super rainy day, like when it's pelting you and it's like just a raging storm. I usually expect it on and off, but it was like the sky opened up. And when I try to be friends with this guy, they're just friends because I don't know his sexual orientation or anything. Excuse me. I ended up being kicked to the curb. And I was like, I'm never going to be your friend because you were just being a jerk right now. And I didn't want to waste any more time on it because of this conversation that I had. And I didn't cry. I was surprised. And I went out to the car because I had to do something. It was like one of my jobs. And I had to go out to my car for something or take my break. I don't know what it was. And, let's see if this person, someone else text. Oh, it was me. Test message. I just check the number. I do that. I do that more often than I like to admit. I was trying to call this number that wasn't right for pizza that was lost. And if I had got the number right in the first place, I would have saved 10-15 minutes of running up and down this hilly street looking for a house address that didn't exist. Really bad. It was because they gave us the wrong address and they got ticked off, didn't give me a tip, gave me a stink eye, and I was just like, my supervisor met me outside in the parking lot and was like, oh, they gave us the wrong address? I'm like, yep, sure did. And he's like, well, I took that call, and that's what they told me. So, what a jerk. Mistakes happen, but they don't realize when they give a wrong address, you're running up and down the street, driving around in circles, trying not to go into ditches, knocking on random people's doors, asking if they ordered this pizza. Because the streets were like this vague. I don't know. It was really weird. It's like the addresses were. It's like, yeah, that's the right street address, but this is a different road, and that road didn't have a sign on it. It was like, then the right across the street was a different road, and my GPS is like, you're there, you're there, you're there, and I'm just like running circles, going up and down stairs. Oh my god, blocking traffic. There were super narrow roads, parking in the road that I shouldn't have. And then you get to the house, and you don't even get a 50 cents tip. It was like, the struggle was real. It wasn't that I got lost. It was that the address was wrong. Oh my god, what is this guy? No problem. I said no problem. He said sorry. No problem. I sat in the backseat of the car that day, and just for a minute, I was doing something, like I said. I think I had to put my equipment away because I had to do it in sections. Just put everything in one car to drag all this crap around, set up, tear down, store stuff in the car. This guy, like God in my heart says, you did everything right. What you felt was true. This dude failed. Time to move on. And shortly after, I tried to call everyone I thought was a friend. Nobody answered. Nobody called me back. I had a sponsor through my meetings, my 12-step meetings. They wouldn't talk to me for like weeks. I had a situation where I was sitting next to this guy, and he was drinking, and they were offering me alcohol. And again, that was before that. My sponsor never responded, went to meet with me. Like 3 weeks later, I wanted to discuss it, and because I was scared, I said I needed to have someone to call in case I have my hand on a drink. I need to, and there's no guarantee they're going to answer. But if you feel like that maybe they'll talk to you that night or the next day or even the day after, people are busy. I understand. I'm busy. You can't rely on someone to say 3 weeks later, let's meet, talk about this, and you're spending the whole time on Facebook. Did you say something? And like chain smoking when I don't like cigarette smoke, and I'm trying to like dodge your smoke, and I was like, that is you. I'm not judging you. I'm just like, had been in a relationship, like it's kind of like a businessy like relationship with a person where it's like you give take. And so when the steps were done, I just ended up having to abandon that. And it was the type of person you can't call and say, I think that you should not tell me to keep getting mad at me because I'm not calling you when I have my phone. I'm calling you twice a day and wondering if you, like, I'm wondering if she's in the ditch dead somewhere or kidnapped or something. You know what I mean? Like, I'm wondering if she relapsed and is, like, in the drunk tank down at Hooper. Like seriously, like, I got worried. I got really worried. It wasn't about me anymore. It was about friendships and safety and supporting one another. Iron sharpens iron, you know? So I meet with this guy Friday, and I thought I was going to meet with somebody else that night, and I thought I was going to meet with somebody else Saturday. The Saturday guy dumped me Thursday night, and um, the this this food looks so cute. I had this stuff circled that I want to get my kids for Christmas, but I don't know if it's gonna happen. I was like, I don't know, it's so cute though. I don't want any junk in my house. I want only like food. What I should do is be serious is make crap, you know. Anyways, it's a different story. Um, this is so embarrassing. I forgot what I was saying. That distracted me. Oh yeah, Friday, Saturday got canceled. The person I was supposed to meet on Friday turned into people, and that they sent a message. And it was a crazy day, blah blah blah, and we chat at night. But since now there's more than one person, it's friendships and have a common interest. This was a chat and see if and when we would be available to all chat about our common interests. And I said a public place, please. And I haven't heard back since Friday night. And thank you, God, that I had a long chat with this person. Oh my God. We kept asking each other, why do you still talk to me? Why do you talk to me? Because you still talk to me. Why do you talk to me? I don't know, because I feel something inside. I feel a good vibe from this person. I can't explain. So this other person and or peoples, I have this good vibe from them. And it's scary because you can have friends where you see them and you light up and you're just like. So this guy Friday afternoon, first of all, they want me to go freaking all the way almost to the next county. And I'm like, I don't really feel attracted to this person, but I'm going to give it a chance because I don't feel attractive. I don't feel like anybody would like me, and that I feel old and flabby and unattractive in beauty standards. And some people are like, don't contact me if you are on a diet or you have a spiritual path. Like, then there's like people that judge you because it's like sometimes opposites attract is what my thing is. And you could have a meat eater who eats meat and potatoes and be healthy and be happy, and you could be married to a raw food vegan or hooked up, like dating black, white, you know, short, tall. Like, I don't know. In my mind, I see some opposites and they're really compatible. Like, they just meld together. But that's just my opinion. That's why I'm not so picky. I just say who I am. It's like, take it or leave it, buddy. And there's so many more words I could say. You gotta meet me in person. So first of all, I was late. Second of all, but I had to go freaking all the way out to the other side of town and all this traffic and construction. I'm like, this freaking sucks on a Friday. I'm like, but I dislike this person so much already that I didn't want them anywhere near my side of town. Like, I was willing to go out, like, and this was, like, my first day off in a long time, so I'm like, am I stupid? I should have canceled and said I don't feel well and just clean my house. If it was somebody that I liked, actually liked, I would say, like, there's someone I met that lives off the strip of this main road here, and I was like, let's meet somewhere on that main road. We found out we lived near each other, and it was getting to be late, but I wouldn't mind meeting with that person even if they just wanted to be friends, but I don't know that they're interested in me at all. I contacted them a couple days, like a couple days afterwards, and they were kind of just like, blah. Like, maybe they got sick from staying up talking to me too much. And so you would think, red flag, red flag, red flag, you don't want this person anywhere near your side of town. And so, like, why did you go out with him? My coworker's like, do you even want to go out with him? And I was like, no. Yeah, no, I just want to meet and see what I feel. Do I feel any chemistry? Will this person be chivalrous? Will this person try to court you? And this person is already being like, me and you are an item, period. And I got the gist of that either before or after meeting. And this person spent the whole time telling me how I needed my kids to be out of my house and on their own already. And it just, I have conversations, with strangers. This person was a stranger. And this person talked about our me time, our time, blah, blah, blah. Come to my house, you need to drink coffee, you need to eat some food, Chinese, this. And I'm just like, I was like about to cuss. I'm like, no. I'm like, no. You do what you want. You drink what you want. If you want coffee, freaking get coffee. I want water. I don't care. I'm not here for coffee. And I'm not here for water. But I'm here to have an interaction with another human being. And I want to be treated with some respect. So this person probably treated their wife really bad. Like, if you're the wife and that's a husband, and you think you gotta act like a dad to some gal, nah. Tell you when you can't do something, and when you need to rest, and when you need to meet with me, and what you need to drink, and that you need to eat Chinese, and you need to do this, and you need to do this because, you don't even have kids. And some people, they at least are uncles or someone, and, even then, people were like, oh, my niece and nephew help me clean my house, they do what I say. I'm like, you don't know what it's like to be a single mom 24/7. You're working and, going crazy, and the kids are part of your chaos. It's like emptying out a vacuum cleaner bag in your house, and it just turns into big dust. I had this feeling that something wasn't going to work out, and I was driving home saying, this guy's not my type. This guy, if he would have talked, about, oh, what do you like to do for fun? Well, okay, you like that? I like this. What movies do you like? If you would have just small talk, break the ice, is sitting there for an hour and a half being lectured about how busy I am, and this person doesn't know my career. Person doesn't know the paperwork I have to do. This person doesn't know my kids, and it's none of your business. You're not going to sit down at a Starbucks with a stranger and scold them on their parenting. If I was, let's say that there was some hottie guy that I liked, and he had kids and I had kids, and we were doing small talk. Oh, hi, say he had little kids and I had older kids, and he'd be like, oh, hi, it's nice to see you. Can I have a hug? Oh, I brought you something. Oh, I'm not going to sit there and be like, I don't like your attitude. You're going to go in timeout. I'm not going to go into your house and tell your kid what to do. Now, if I'm babysitting or somebody tells me, feel free, this is the discipline I use, do it. Or if they wanted to give my kid a ride, it's my responsibility to give my kid a ride, not yours. And it's not your responsibility to tell me to tell my kid to get on the bus or get a life or get a house of their own. I am mad. So right now I'm just like, dude, I'm just like, toxic people. There wasn't, if somebody brought up, I would like to understand you more. What's your family situation? Like, you sure as heck don't come in as a stranger on an internet dating website and start scolding somebody and getting fussy at them because of how they parent their kids, which I've been doing for freaking 20 years. The same kids, I'm the same person. Like, I would never think, if I was dating someone for 5 years, unless we talked together and said, let's parent each other's kids and be a combined family, 5 minutes, 5 years, if we had a discussion and said, these are my boundaries, what are your boundaries, period, this will shift and change as needed. Let's communicate about this. If something makes us uncomfortable, let's do this. That's a whole nother freaking story. I would never, like, I just can't. Some people at work, here's these kids acting crazy and bugging everybody. And they'll be like, man, I just want to slap that kid upside the head. What's wrong with him? Blah, blah, blah. And they had seen a parent do that in the grocery store. And the parent like, they went up to a stranger, like, spank the kid or something. Like, that was like old, that was like 80s or 90s. Like, that was something, like, you're not going to do that now. Like, no. But the person was angry and said what he thought the kid needed. But he's not going to go out to the customer and start hollering and saying, this is what you need to do with your kid. Complete stranger. No. It aggravated him. You expressed yourself in your head or to a quietly, confident, but you don't get into their business. I mean, if something happens and it's against the law, yeah, then you can get into business and protect the child or whatever. If something starts getting violent or crazy. But I'm just like so mad. I didn't know how mad I was till right now. Okay, so back to spirituality. And this is how I reason. It doesn't sound reasonable. It sounds woo-woo. I had, I start crying. I had these feelings that I felt when I, even on the phone, email, text message, in person, felt around narcissistic, toxic people. And these things were, how do you say? You just feel a certain way. You feel like crap. You feel sick. You feel like you have your energy drained out of you. You feel like you shut off on a spiritual plane. Everybody in your life has been shut off. Like, the plans you made get canceled. The things that you were supposed to do around the house, you're back in a mental state of survival mode. Like, drink water, use the toilet. Oh my God, I'm nervous, drink some herbal tea. This is how I felt Saturday. I went to meeting Friday, thank God. But this is how I felt Saturday. And then, I had talked, that was yesterday, to nobody online dating. It was just, actually, there was one guy that I talked to a little bit on the app, or I call it the app, but I just use the non-app version of the program, of the internet site. Not any texting. And I had got a message from this guy earlier in the day that said hi. And I said, I do not want to deal with it. I thought to myself, when I talked to him, I said, I'm really busy most of the time. And he kept saying, you're too busy. How are we going to hang out? This and that. And I'm like, first of all, in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm looking for prospects. I'm looking to learn how to go out in public and meet a stranger. I'm looking to learn how somebody clicks or doesn't click when you're communicating via online. I want to see if you're going to act super ghetto around me when you don't look like you come from the ghetto, or you literally look like you're just playing. It doesn't turn me on. I gotta look at, are they racially profiling me, thinking that I'm looking for a hookup, thinking that I'm looking for sex, or that I'm into hip hop and like that I'm like just uneducated and that I speak a certain way. Like people would racially profile me as that, and then like I get deleted a lot from people that think that, and then they find out that I'm this major geek. So I was sitting there yesterday afternoon after having a pretty good morning, and then at noon I got a little bit antsy being in the house, and then I ended up saying I'm not going to respond. And I go, yeah, Mia, you should be nice. You should be nice and respond. You should at least say, hi, I'm busy, I'm not going to talk to you. I couldn't do it, dude. I could not. I could not. I don't know how to explain it. I thought narcissist, abuser, control freak doesn't even let you break the ice and have, like, you could even talk about stupid stuff. You could talk about your job. You could talk about what was it like where you grew up, what did you like to do as a kid. You could talk about if you had pets. Like, seriously, not spend the whole freaky time scolding me about how I parent my kids when you don't know them. And I'm being real, like, my kids are not about this conversation. I don't need to have these perverts knowing anything about my kids, period. That even that I have kids and what their ages are. They don't need to know. I would tell them, like, straight up, I'm a parent, period. If they're nice and sweet, or their other parents, then I would be chitty chatty some more. So like, oh, your kids are little, you're a dude my age, your kids are young, these are so cute. Like, if I could tell them that, but it's like, oh, been there, done that. Like, or if they're my age and their kids are grown, they've been there, done that. So spending an hour and a half scolding me about my schedule and my children and how I run the family. I'm the head of this household. And you sure as HEW hockey sticks are not going to come and try to drag me into your house and make me sit there barefoot and pregnant while you go work some crappy job. Like, that's not what I didn't realize. Like, if it was, like, when I was with my ex and it was a little bit romantic to kind of feel like a homesteader wife, because I like that 1800s vibe, but I'm sure as heck not going to be, like, I didn't realize, like, this person's like, oh, you must be a strong woman. And I think because this guy is probably narcissistic, this guy is narcissistic, a strong woman is more of a challenge. It's like the devil will go after the people that are pure more than the people that are already doing crazy things. Like the devil's not going to go after the axe murderers and the serial rapists and the pedophiles. Those people are already on his side. Those evil things. He's going to go after people that are in a committed relationship trying to get education and raise their kids well. Like the evil stuff happens. Why does bad things happen to good people? Unfortunately, that's my belief, and a whole heck of a lot of people do not believe that. But that's what I sense when I'm doing more good. I feel like a bunch of roadblocks start popping up, and then it makes you doubt, and then you start having self-doubt, and you lose confidence in your own decisions. So narcissistic, abuse, controlling guy also spent quite a bit of time talking about his ex-wife. More of the conversation was spent towards telling me that I was raising my kids wrong and that they need to go. I'm like, heck no. Even like my friend or my coworker from a different country, it's like you're with your parents, you meet the love of your life, you decide to get married, then you leave your houses and you go into your own house. Like, that's like an old-fashioned way. That's like even a biblical way of, like, nowadays kids are, like, young adults are like having to live in these little apartments, and even people my age are having to live in studio apartments and share all this housing, do all this stuff. And it's like, because people are moving, going to school, their parents are toxic, their parents are dead. Like, it's not that traditional. Like, you know, even people back in the day had family property where then you go build your own house, and then you're still living on property, and you could bring in your wife or your husband or whatever. Like, things are different. The price of living is high. Supporting one another. Okay, I raised you for years. Now we're raising each other, and if I get really old and decrepit, then you'll be raised me. Like, the bond, like, it made me feel more bonded to my kids. And I sure as heck am not going to have some stranger come in and try to tell me how to raise my kids. Like, I'm not saying I won't take advice or suggestions, but this person sometimes stopped talking and was like, I'm going to follow you with this. I'm going to do what you do. Blah, 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 blah. Like, I was like, whoa. Like, I said at least once, dude, I just met you. And it's like trying to demand my schedule to plan the next meeting. I'm like, I don't even know my schedule. So what I've been doing since Friday, let me throw this stuff away, has been justifying everything. I've been justifying why I feel guilty for not responding to this guy. I've been justifying why my pants are like super big. I'm like, what the heck, dude? Like, I'm such a chubby person, but like I thought I'm going to the store to get clothes that fit. But I don't want. I have so many clothes, and these are really raggedy. I can't sell these. These are some of my favorite pants. I forgot about them. I probably could sell them. Camping pants is what I call them. Yard work pants. I showed on a video yesterday that I was in the kitchen cleaning, and the thought crossed my mind that I needed to, um, what was it? I was scared that this was going to be the same as when the past narcissistic people in my life caused my life to fall apart for about a month. And part of it was my fear, shakiness, old behavior, my adrenals getting charged. Part of it was a comfort zone, it was a familiarity. It was I was being controlled and manipulated, and my life was being destroyed because these people had a grip, like a foothold on me, and they were just tweaking my life, screwing it up, causing me financial issues, causing me illness, stressing me and my kids both all out. And I kept saying, I'm not looking for a serious relationship right now. I looked at my profile, I was like, I'm going to change it and just put like new friends and short term. I was like, dude, no, you're not looking for a relationship with that person. Don't be like when you're with narcissistic people and you freaking like shut everyone out because you want to shut them out, but they want to control you. So it's like you lay down with the devil himself and let him have his way with you, but you're a prisoner in his lair. See where I'm going with this? So these are like old familiarity. You feel like, oh, Pepe Le Pew here. Pepe Le Pew was sexually assaulting that cat. She didn't want that. If you have a boyfriend who's all over you and you like it and he's like nice and he's sweet, or even if you're into kinky stuff and you had a little bit of sadistic, you choose your adults consenting to do whatever, and you like, and he's all over you like, then it's okay. But if you don't want them doing that, then it's assault, and it's not okay. If they're trying to control you, if you say, oh, I'm going to lay down and let you take charge of my life so I can rest, because I've been so tired as a single mom, like, I'm going to let you choose the restaurant and choose where we're going to go afterwards, and we're going to go shopping, and we're going to try some clothes, and you get to choose what you fit. Like, sometimes you just want to give control up. But you talk about it, and then you go back to your house and take care of your kids the way you want to, and you plan your next date, and you go through your work week, and you do what you have to do to be a professional. And so I'm like, dude, like, hold on. This thread got all weird, I don't want to tear it. And then, okay, so I didn't expect myself to get this riled up. I told myself yesterday already, that young lady at work, I'm going to say, yeah, you told me so. You told me so, but at the same time, because of people in the past were telling me stuff about guys to dump them and not talk to them, I never gave it a chance, and I didn't have the feelings I do this time about this guy. And it's almost like I missed out on opportunities to hang with some dudes that I liked. I missed out on some opportunities. Like, if I catch them lying or this, that, I gotta tell them, just be honest. If you do something, if you F something up, or you're, like, flirting with other chicks, like, whatever, like, you don't have to come and, like, just disclose it, but if I ask to say yeah, I'll be like, that's chill if I find out. But if you're, like, sneaking around doing stuff, like, it's still your life, we're not committed, that's okay. But it's like, I'd rather you just be honest. I would be more likely to keep hanging out with you if you're honest. Like, if you're honest and be like, oh, I just, like, screwed, like, 6 chicks at the same time when I said I was going to my buddy's wedding and the weekend cabin. Like, no, I just was trying to have some fun away from you. Like, if they said that, like, my ex-husband would say stuff like that. They say that, you're just like, alright. But it's like, for me, when I was married in a committed relationship and there's stuff we're planning and then he decided to do something that's behind my back, then it wasn't okay anymore. If they would have said, is this okay with you, let's do this, or blah, 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 what we had originally planned, then it was a different story. I just don't like the deceit, and it's not even one of those, oh, God, person, significant other, I just totally screwed up, and I have to come clean about this, it just happened. Like, people, like, have sex in elevators with some stranger, like, oh my God, it just happened, oh my God, like, I don't know, just, like, got turned on, and, like, stuff like that happens. I'm not condoning that, but even, like, even if you are in a committed relationship, it's still your choice to you're still a separate individual. So that's since I'm not in any significant other relationship, that's a different thing. So now I just feel sick to my stomach because I feel like the pull of the Force, like Star Wars, like I feel this like, hold on, I just got a big knot. I feel this like pull to the dark side. That is like my familiarity, and it's the journal, and it's all that stuff. Um, what I feel right now is I felt a lot yesterday, and I listened to music, had a good morning. At noon, I went kind of berserk, and then I just got into like doing the routine. Go do laundry, go do this, go do dishes. Okay, eat something. Okay, drink something. Okay, sit at the computer. Okay, read. Okay, like I just got and did that all day, and this is a really bad knot. I ended up staying up late to clean, maybe till midnight. So then I got woke up by my acting coach responding to my text, and I ended up like was it last night? Yesterday evening? Yeah, it was dark out. I just taking the garbage out and everything, and I had this sense in my mind to go check the mail. And I said silently, I said, God, am I off the deep end? Am I tripping about this dude that I don't like? What's going on? And this is after he texted me. I think it was after. I was like, I'm not, like, part of me is like, oh, I should have said the night before, good night. Oh, I should have said the next day, nice meeting you yesterday, have a good day. Like, my mind was thinking to be nice, but I had no desire to do that. So I'm trying to think, well, this guy is okay. Well, this guy has a job. Well, this guy has, I don't know, that's about it. Has an accent, I don't care. It doesn't matter what this is. What mattered was this guy was a narcissistic control freak. And my heart right now is saying, delete him off that app fast. And I was like, I told myself I wasn't going to do this fast unless it was danger. So right now, I'm like, I was sitting there trying to think of, if this guy woos me and, like, courts me and does something to make me feel respected as a woman, as a potential date friend, then I'll think about it. But I was like, I'm not attracted to this person. Like, it would have to be straight up a relationship of convenience. Just like, I got nothing better to do. It'd be like not being patient and waiting for the right guy. Or even if some of these guys I just hang with and go to the movies with, and it's like there's no relationship. Like, well, somebody's post this morning said, or yesterday said, oh, I met a lot of people here, and now I have some lifetime friends, even though it wasn't romantic. And that reminds me of this one guy I think dumped me too, that I was chatting with a little bit. I go to the dumpster, and I was like, this just got worse. I go to the dumpster, and my heart's like, it's dark outside. I said, I have a whole bunch of keys on my keychain. My heart says, grab a key without looking, and you're going to have this tiny little mail key. And I didn't grab a key. I just, like, grabbed in my pocket, reached out, and right there in my hand was the mail key. And that was, like, the rain. The rain's going to stop because you know it's in your heart is right. Like, it was like a sign. And I looked down and see that mail key. I said, oh, my God. Help. Like, it was that. It was, do not contact this person. People that are narcissistic and abusive, they're going to see what stimulates you. They're going to see how they get your attention. They're going to see what makes your eyebrows raise and not, because it's either upsetting or not upsetting. So the reason this video is like this, I know they're always long. I felt like I had to come straight home just this morning and just tell you guys, I feel like I wanted to be pulled into a trap of an abusive, controlling relationship out of desperation and wondering, like, would you even want to have sex with someone like that? Like, if you were, like, dom and submissive and you're just like, oh, I want to try this, like, that would be different. Because that would be premeditated. But not to feel like you're being reeled in. Because once you get into something like this, that's not like a kink kind of thing, it's harder and harder to get out of. And these people on a spiritual level wrap, like, shackles around your brain and try to, like, control. And so from all the conversations, the personal conversation, the body language, it felt awful lot like, I said, why do I feel the way I did when I was around abusive relatives yesterday? I just felt nasty. I felt disgusting. My mind this morning was so bad that it said, do anything to separate, to cut the ties that bind you from this person, even if you had to do some crazy behavior with some strange, like, my mind was like, what did I just think? That's how bad it is. So it's something that I can't put in words. It's not a specific, there's a specific conversation about my kids and all that. Like, that shouldn't have even come up in the conversation. I got 2 kids, period. I spend a lot of time working and taking care of my kids, period. If you want to go out with me, let me just keep going on, then you need to be patient because I got my stuff going on the way I have it, and I set aside my free time. Just because you're sitting around watching Netflix all day and sleeping all night or sleeping all day, like, that's not, I'm not just waiting for the phone to ring to come jump to your house and be controlled. Like, I don't know. Like, it's like you have your own life. They can know a little bit if you really like them, if you think you're going to go out with them. Like, please be patient with me because I have stuff going on that's not reschedulable. Like, it's not negotiable. And that's, if somebody, like, if I really, really like somebody, like, there's this one guy that seems nice. If I really, really like him, I'm going to wait. Even if he's not looking for a relationship, he seemed like a nice friend. He said that too about me, that I seem like an interesting person. If I want to meet this guy and be buddies, if I have to wait a month or 6 weeks, fine. He had stuff going on. I'm not going to try to force him. It's like, again, if you don't, I'm the type of person, I don't hear from you, I'm going to say, are you okay? Are you alright? I don't know you. I don't know you. So that's where I am. I'm really scared. I get scared, and my higher powers, like, the people that are supposed to be in your life that are strong or they care for you, they will still be there for you. Some other people may see your fear and sense your like weakness in this area, the weakness turns into a strength. What's first will be last, and what's last will be first. So during the dishes yesterday, God, during meditation, I did a lot of meditating while I'm cleaning, so I should probably clean more. It just told me in that the still small voice, the people that are strong, they will be there for you. They'll still be there for you. Don't think because you answered a text and talked to someone on the phone and met with him and was scolded that don't think you have to bow again. Nicole or Keaton, what's her name? Diane Keaton's character in The Lost Boys, where she's trying to salvage her kids by having the head vampire out, and she's going to take the hand and be and just to save her, just to sacrifice herself for her kids. And then Grandpa saved the day. So it's like you almost want to bow down to the devil just to not have to have a fight anymore, just to not have to fight. But in actuality, the strong people that are in your life and people that God puts in your life will bring that strength and surround you. And you just keep following your heart, opening up the key, your pocket, and the key is right there. With have like 16 other keys on there. The rain stopping, the sky opening up for that moment of the 2 more laps. And so that's what I'm doing today. I'm gonna go and do the timer's gonna go up. I'm gonna go do my weigh-in. I'm gonna get some juice, and I'm gonna get some almonds. I'm like super hungry. We had to leave. We weren't supposed to leave until now, so we left like at 9 something. So I'm like I got woke up, and then my kid was knocking on the door. It's just that's like my life. And if some dude doesn't like it, if some dude doesn't like it, then don't like me. Don't try to change me. And that's another thing about dating. Don't try to change each other, or don't try to be somebody you're not. I think it would be really easy to try to change each other and be somebody you're not. But I don't know how to say it. That's a different topic. I think it's fluid, it's organic. We're human. We make mistakes, trial and error. We never lived this day in this time, 11:23 a.m. ever. Everyone on this planet. People are dying. People are born right now. People are sick. People are being resuscitated. People are getting in a car crash right this second. Lives are changing, but it's organic. It's fluid, and it's a learning process. There's wisdom to be had, folks.